Hi, I'm Donna Gority, Chair of the ArtsAltoona Steering Committee, and with you once again for our ArtsAltoona live show. Today we are at La Vintage Decor with LaVone Falbo, the owner and creator and mastermind behind this wonderful business. It's located on North 4th Avenue in Juniata, 601 North 4th Avenue. If you're coming down from Altoona, down Chestnut Avenue, and right after you come past the shops, it's on a beautiful corner on your left. So, LaVone, tell us a little bit about the business and how you came to open this amazing shop.
Oh, thank you. Well, I opened the shop out of a need for some space. I began a design business, an in-home design business, and everyone's projects were all over my house. So I started the business with a giveaway. I did a $1,000 makeover giveaway and a mini makeover. So those projects and the resulting work that I got after beginning, like I said, it was all over my house. There were projects on my dining room table, my front porch, my back porch, the basement, the garage. So the need to find a space to work in. And also, you know, being a new business, I wasn't really sure about how I would always be sure I could pay for the rent. So that's why I got vendors involved. Right. So that then grew into retail business.
A lot of your focus here is on old vintage items that are still beautiful quality woods and metals and so forth, and repurposing them.
Exactly.
And you do some of those yourself, but then you mentioned you also have a variety of vendors that also sell product here.
Yes. We have about 50 plus vendors.
Wow.
But it's some of them may only have one item here. Some of them sell pretty regularly and have a lot of pieces here. But I do mainly older furniture that I paint. I sell a line of paints called Dixie Belle Chalk Paint, and that is our mineral paint, and that's how these older sturdy furniture pieces get new life. But also I am a big with repurposing things like old doors and old windows and create new things with those. For instance, I did a kitchen island for a customer out of their old base stock kitchen cabinet, an old window, and then we put a zinc countertop on it, and you know, it has new life in their kitchen. So that's some of it, and then I have vendors that bring painted furniture, and you know, we have scrap metal artists like.
So you have everything from jewelry, several different jewelry vendors. I've noticed in the shop. I saw Just Jack's, Mike Mostowski's business, working with pet food and other pet support products and accessories, and just a very wide variety of things, handmade bags of sorts and so forth. So very eclectic, wonderful. You don't know where to look when you're here. So many amazing things, and I grew up in a family that collected antiques, so I really appreciate the older things, the quality items that you have. Now, I know for a long time you've had painting events here, the wine and paint sort of parties or paint classes. You've done them for adults, for children. Talk a little bit about what you offer, and I think you work primarily with one artist. Tell us about her as well.
Yes, Emily Dimov-Gottschall is the artist that is the resident instructor here. She has been with me since we started doing this. I started doing that very shortly after I opened, and that was one of the reasons for expansion, because before we opened this section, there were a couple metamorphoses. I'm not sure what the plural of that is, but there were a couple of changes that led to that. But anyway, currently we're sitting in the place
in the paint shop.
Yes, in the wine and design studio.
Right,
there you go. It can also be a wine-free design studio, depending on who's here. But we have the work of Emily all over. We have the wall that's the upcoming classes wall, so we keep things that are coming up there. And we do a variety of subjects, and mainly we have worked with adults, but recently we did a summer camp, and it was so popular that we decided to continue it into the school year, and now it's a Saturday Kids Club. So 3 o'clock to 4:30, and we do not only for the kids but for adults as well. We're also doing third Thursday is college night, so Penn State and surrounding campuses can come to paint, and they get a lower priced experience. And there are some different subject matters that we are gearing
Wide
to.
variety of subject matters. I know I follow you on Facebook and see all kinds of amazing things.
Yes, not only the subject is diverse, but also the medium. So we're looking kind of going into mixed media, to digital art. We've done watercolor, so we're focusing a little bit more on the technique as opposed to just painting a thing. Emily is getting her art certification currently. She works really hard. She's diversifying, also doing some really cool things in the retail world online, and so I'm really happy to have her here, and I hope our relationship continues for a very long time. Great. I really enjoy it.
Being in this environment certainly stimulates the mixed media thoughts and so forth. It's terrific. Talk a little bit more about your in-home design. I think in the old days we called that interior decorating. How has it evolved over the years, and what does that mean? And I suppose it varies by customer, what they want you to do.
Exactly. It does vary by customer, and a lot of what I do it goes hand in hand with the repurposing. I like to consider what I do as a high-end look with very budget-friendly, because there are so many, just like the furniture, their kitchen cabinets may be of fine oak, very good quality, but the look's a little outdated. So with the paint,
you can find a way to spruce them up and make them
current. Formica countertops, we can make them look like rusted metal if that's what they want. We can give them a wood grain look if that's what they want. Cool. So there's all kinds of things, and I always like to try to suggest something a little quirky in the design. So it's my goal when I go
personalized. I would imagine.
I guess I kind of like to put my signature on there, but I like to satisfy what their needs are and their desires for their room. But then
leave your mark as well.
Try to go a little further and suggest some things that they might not have considered. So.
And I know just probably within the past year or so you've branched into the wedding sort of support business with your rustic bridal and
event rentals.
Event rentals. Yes. Okay, so tell us a little bit about that.
Today's bride is a lot different than when I got married a long time ago, and set up with hand-me-downs and that kind of thing. They often have brand new homes with hardwood floors and stainless steel appliances, and they don't want anything after the wedding. So, but yet they want the rustic bridal events are really popular now. People are doing different things, personalizing their weddings so much and doing different venues. So they're going to places that are unconventional, so they're looking for some unconventional things.
Resources to support that.
They might want a really fancy buffet in the middle of a field, or that kind of thing. So that's the person that we're catering to. We do a lot of custom things, like with backdrops and just anything, chalkboards and that kind of thing. And that's this will be. I started that in February, and this will be the second year for that. We're going to do the convention, the Best Celebration events again, and really hope to expand.
Great. And I know you're doing a very unique project with a group of women called the Pinups, the Keystone Pinups. Tell us a little bit about who they are and what they do, what the purpose is behind their existence, and then what's the project that you're partnering with them on.
Okay, well, they're a nonprofit organization, and they benefit veterans and first responders and active duty military.
Mm.
So they really do a lot of work, and they make it look like fun, because what we're doing on Sunday is women will come and have hair and makeup done in the pinup
Vintage
style. Yeah, the
okay.
vintage style. They will bring wardrobe. The Keystone Pinups will bring wardrobe. It's a mini photo shoot. There will be several stations throughout the studio using the vintage backdrops that we have here, and they'll get to have a fun photo shoot and take. They'll get 2 digital photos done by these professional photographers. There'll be 4 professional photographers, and they'll get the hair and makeup's professional also. So it's really an exciting project, and we sold out.
Yeah.
So that's exciting, and we're looking forward to possibly doing the event again, because we've already had requests.
Right, exactly. I saw a lot of demand on online that people were saying, "Oh, please schedule it again. When's your next event? I didn't get in this time and time."
Exactly.
And I know the pinups, they dress up in era. I believe they started with World War II era, when a lot of the anniversary of those sorts of events was going on. But I think some of them also will do the Vietnam era, the late 60s, early 70s
Okay, well, I haven't seen
sort
that
of
so much,
style, but mostly World War II,
here.
right? The 40s and early 50s kind of time frame. So,
and it's so charming, because it's not anything that's racy at all. It's just really.
Yes, these are not nude photos we're talking by any means, but it's the dress of that era.
Noir at all. It's just a lot of fun.
Right,
It's just
and I know when they show up at events with the veterans, because I've seen them many times at events with my own husband, who's a veteran, that the guys just light up to see the girls dressed up like that, and it's a whole lot of fun. It creates a very positive spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're having so much fun, they just exude this.
Exactly. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about the shop, or do you want to talk about 1 or 2 of your paint classes that are coming up?
We have, let's see, tonight is the 3rd Thursday. This is our first 3rd Thursday, which is college night. So we'll look for that to snowball. Here we're supposed to get a lot of snow this year, so snowballs. But we look for that to grow. And we have a whole bunch of different ones coming up. Again, we're kind of going on that. Starting to look into the mixed media and the digital. We're going to do some fun Halloween things with pets.
A lot of
flexibility. We just decided to do that. So that's the mixed media ones where people send in a photo of their pet. We did this at Christmas last year. We did Elf Thyself, kind of take off on the jib jab videos, and it takes a little work for us to scale them, because they're just sending random pictures so that they all look to be the same size and in an appropriate setting. Then they get to paint it. It's great fun.
Yeah.
But other than that,
that's great. All right. Anything else about the shop you'd like to mention that we didn't touch on?
Well, I'm just looking forward to this big season coming up.
All right. So stop down and visit LaVone Falbo at La Vintage Decor.
Yes, and you can also visit us on Facebook.
And check them out on Facebook, follow them, like them.
We have actually 4 different pages on Facebook.
Oh, wow,
We have the Vintage Decor page, and then we have the Wine and Design at La Vintage Decor. In-home design by La Vintage Decor. And the Rustic Bridal events.
Right. Terrific. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much for having us in.
Oh, thanks for coming here.